Good day everyone, GarageKing here, a special episode. I just got this in the mail, so I just took the shipping packaging off it, but I want to open it up in front of you guys. It's a Launch CRP429. So let's open this up and see what it is. Now I had a lot of trouble and almost sleepless nights trying to decide if I should get the 429 or the 429C. And if you're wondering what this is, there you go. It's just to block these reflections from the chandelier. So I'm not a professional photographer, so let's put that down just so we can see this thing here. All right, so let's open up and see what is inside the box. I'm not getting paid anything for this, so I bought this with my own money for the garage to work on some vehicles. So let's open it up and see what's inside. So we have a nice bag, it seems like. I don't know what's inside here. If anything, I guess it's a charging adapter and a manual for it. Okay, so that's kind of nice. Just put that to the side. Let's get to the more exciting stuff. So let's pull this thing open, and here, that's it, what's in the box. So here we go. So here's our launch tool. Now we should have a cord to plug into the car, I'm sure, because there's no cord. Oh, there we go. There's our cord. So we have our OBD2 cord. So this will plug into the car. And here is our scanner. And actually there's a plastic plug right here. So we have a nice plastic plug. Oh yeah, for the edge of the tool there. I guess it just came out to protect it from the cord. Okay, so that's nice. So here we have our Launch 429C, oh sorry, 429, my mistake. CRP429, folks. That's the one I decided to get. I'm gonna plug it in. I guess it just charges up with the USB. Let's see what happens. Now I did a whole bunch of research, and there's very little research on the difference between the CRP429 and the CRP429C. So I want to talk about some of those differences.
So here we have a snapshot of the 429, and basically I won't hash over everything because I don't want to make this a really boring video, but if you read down, it just says it supports the basic diagnostic functions and 8 common service and reset functions of the full systems for overseas mainstream models. Now the big thing is it says full system. So let's flip to the 429C. And here if we read that same line, it says it supports the basic diagnostic functions and 11 common service and reset functions of the 4 major systems for overseas mainstream models. So the 429C at first glance actually looks better because it looks like it has 11 service and reset functions. But the big thing is it says the 4 major systems, not all the major systems. So that's the big difference. Okay, so here we go. Now, it looks like the biggest difference is just that the 429 has wider coverage. That's it. But the 429C has more reset features. Now, when I was going through the reset features, and without boring you, once again, the biggest reset features that the 429C has that the 429 does not have is the 429C has electronic throttle relearn, TPMS reset, and gear learn. Other than that, they're identical, but the 429 covers more models and it just seems to do more. So if you really need those 3 reset functions, then I guess get the 429C if it covers your vehicle. But if you really don't know what you're doing and you're kind of a garage guy like me, that's why I thought the 429 was better, just because it just seems to cover more. The other thing I noticed is the 429 seems to be a little bit more expensive everywhere I'm searching. So I don't know why, but it just does seem to be a little bit more expensive. So now for my purpose, 429 is better, but research and for your purpose, 429C may be better, just depending on what type of reset features you need. So let's get back to the video at hand.
Okay, so what I did is I left this thing plugging and charging. It took about 6 hours, 7 hours, but now it's got a blue light. So let's try and see if we can turn it on, and there we go. It says welcome. There's our CRP429, so we're gonna go start. And there we go. So select our language.
And this part's pretty easy. It's actually really easy to set up. You just you pick your language, and then once you pick your language, you just got to scroll through and do all your settings. as well as your Wi-Fi, and then you can do updates. So I'll let you do this part on your own. This part's actually quite simple.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to just make sure to update the machine. So I'm going to go upgrade. So it's going to refresh. Those, what I did is I just hit, there's an update button on the bottom, and I hit it, and now it's just downloading these gear main apps. So it'll download and it will update the machine. Okay, so let's turn this machine on now. Had it all charged up. There we go. So we have the machine up, so we can go into reset. There's all the things we can reset. So if we look at it, we can actually do quite a bit of things there. We can go back. We can go diagnose, and there's all the vehicles there. One of the things I did, it did take a while, was I went to upgrade, and it'll refresh the software you have, and you can see now it's all current version. So everything is the current version. So I went and updated everything. So even though I don't work on all these things, I just went and updated them all. So it's got the current version of everything in there. Then you can go in OBD2. We got to be connected to the vehicle, so I'll do a little test with that. But basically, it's very, very easy to use. There's for your network, everything like that, all your settings. And we are doing the VIN scan right now. And yes, we have Audi Q3. And now it'll go through a whole health report. You can see it's doing a whole health report on it. Okay, and now I went to this IAM. And you can see all the stuff it's got. So it's got a boatload of information. If we look right here, there we go, service due. So that's what we want to reset. There we go. So now maybe we can go back into reset. And there we have a few more here. So let's go into oil reset. There we go, oil reset. So now we're in an Audi Q3, so switch on ignition. Ignition is on. So let's go OK. It's the angle I'm looking at. There we go, automatic reset. And there we go, maybe it'll do it this way, automatic. And it reset it. And then it's got oil reset, major maintenance. Those are the major ones. So now let's pan back up here, and what we're going to do is we're going to shut the vehicle off for a second, and then we're going to turn it back on. Oh. Okay, and it's showing one of our services are due. So it could be the major one. So last time I couldn't find it. What I did is I was going in the manual reset, and then what happened is I couldn't find the Q3, so I went back, and then what I did is just do it by vehicle model, and then the Q3 was in there. So then after I reset it, let's look here so we can pan back up. Let's focus on there and shut the vehicle off. And there you go. It does not say no more service due. So it reset it. So that's great. The other thing we can do when we're in here, if you're looking, is we can actually set it to whatever we want. So if we want to do a manual personal setting, say you have a performance car or you're doing whatever, you can just input the mileage to next oil change. So whatever number you want, you can do that, and then it'll just come up. So that's a great feature. So all in all, I think the scanner's a really, really good scanner. It does a whole bunch of stuff. Every time when I'm pushing it, it's not the button's not working. If you're wondering, sometimes I've been pushing it through this video. It's because I'm actually looking through the phone as I'm filming it, and there's I guess it would be refraction of light is what it's called. So if I actually focus on the scanner itself and push the button, you can see I can push it rather quickly. But then the problem is sometimes I lose sight of where I'm filming. So that's what that is. It's not a problem with the scanner itself. And what else can we look at? We can look at diagnose. That's what we already did. Exit the current diagnose. That's just a menu of all the vehicles there. You can go through, so actually quite a bit. I can use this back, I guess data stream. Oh, sorry here because I no freeze frame data. We're not actually running it. I wonder if we can get data stream process. And there's, for this vehicle, tons of stuff we can get. So what if we want our engine RPM? We're not even running right now, but the key is on the on position. So if I just go okay, it should come up as 0, I'm thinking. Engine RPM 0, yeah, so there's our values. So you can just pick which ones you want. So that's really good. Let's go back, or let's press our home button again. So anyway, that's my video on the scanner. Hopefully you've enjoyed my video. If you have, I hope you would subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below. I answer everything. GarageKing over and out. I'll see you on the next one.